We's back.
16 of the Source Wall.
Hello.
Hello. How's everybody
You should
doing?
celebrate one and all.
Yeah, I know. You should know who we are by now, but just in case you don't. You've got Man Like Rich, we read comics too. You've got Josh, Ninja Man Extraordinaire. We've got Man Like Red Hood, Nikkei Criminal, Kevin. Oh yeah, and you've got me, Fountain Specialist, aka Street Fighter Fanatic. Oh yeah, let's get it. It's Wednesday, 7:30ish, 80 clocky-ish, but
it's way after 7:30ish.
Way after.
Like we took the piss with the ish. Wow.
Yeah.
We're giving you a little extra. Yeah, no. Okay, what's first?
Is always first is Black Panther passing Titanic at the box office. Wow.
Titanic.
Some great. Good news. But one thing, Mr. Samuel L. Jackson doesn't believe Black Panther will be changing anything in Hollywood.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I think so.
I agree as well.
Okay, it doesn't have to change anything in Hollywood. It's just nice to have children be like, rah, I can have a Black Panther toy or a Nakia toy or
you know, Black Panther's only out for so long. Like the trend will be past soon, and then what?
Not necessarily.
Ooh, Black Panther 2.
Well,
Black Panther 3. Black Panther 4.
And they're in there.
Huh?
So.
Yeah, I don't care. Why is all our hopes on this one Black Panther guy? Like, that's the point that Samuel Jackson's making. Is that
Samuel
in general,
just needs to
like it should be the norm. No, man, it's not about being miserable. It's about settling and just going, oh yeah, Black Panther. I'll have some of that, and then that's it.
Who's settling? No one's settling. I'm just happy. I'm happy he's gonna be Infinity War. I'm happy. I'm worried that he's gonna die, but
I don't think he's gonna die. I don't think he's gonna die.
Yeah,
he's gonna die.
I think
he's the biggest cash cow.
They're gonna do New Avengers, whatever the new lineup is gonna be, and he'll be one of the top ones.
Yeah, exactly.
He'll be like the next. I don't know, hybrid of Cap and Iron Man, to be honest.
Yeah, more than likely.
Yeah, and then I'd imagine they'll do what they did in the cartoon, where they'll have Carol Danvers and Black Panther be the two main leaders of the group of the Avengers.
Yeah.
You haven't said what following up on what Isha said. Work it blah blah blah, work somewhere, and we sell a lot of toys. And a lot of black kids have been coming in and buying their little Black Panther figures. It's all good.
Yeah.
We're loving it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. It's good for them, and I think it's because it's such a big budget and so much money's gone into it. I think that's one of the main things. Really, is actually the big guys putting money into films that are purely 90% black people in there. Or ethnic in there, and having a big budget like that. Hopefully that can carry on, and we'll have better films and different types of films, not just slave films or
I'm just thinking
Disney
about when so I could just imagine in the boardroom at Warner Brothers and they're like, oh my god, have you seen this Black Panther? Like, I know, right? Okay, we're gonna do the Green Lantern Corps, Jon Stewart. He's black, right?
No way, man.
But they'll mess it up so badly.
No.
Failing miserable.
They'll mess it up. It'll be so funny.
They wouldn't even do Jon Stewart. They'll do the other guy, Al Jordan. Yeah.
I think they should do Kyle Rayner.
They should do Alan Scott, man.
Alan Scott's not part of the Green Lantern Corps. I mean, that would be a nice switch. That would be dope.
Yeah.
That would be so sick.
They're never going to do that unless they do like an Elseworlds thing and there's like Earth One shit or something like that.
Well, that's what they're saying. They're saying that they're going to try and all their stuff now is going to be Elseworlds.
But they haven't told us.
Do you really think they would turn around and go, oh yeah, we'll do Alan Scott Green Lantern?
Nah, people won't get it as well because he's not part of the Green Lantern Corps.
They're going to want to launch because that's their thing is they always get worried about people being confused. Like, oh, we can't do this version of Batman and that version of Batman at the same time because people will get confused. Like that, we can't. We already failed with Green Lantern once. We can't try and launch the Green Lantern Corps.
You sound like an old lady, man.
We can't launch the Green Lantern Corps and then do Adam Scott, and people will get confused.
Not good. Not good.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
But it's good that Green Lantern crushed. Not Green Lantern, sorry. Black Panther crushed.
Can you imagine?
Black Panther crushed Titanic. Whatever.
Yeah, defo.
What's next on the news?
On the news, Wolverine, the long night. I don't know if you guys heard about this. Basically, this is a first-time scripted podcast that Marvel's brought out exclusively on Stitcher. So it's basically just like an online, audio podcast, really, going through this story with Wolverine. It basically follows a small town, in a fictional town called Burns in Alaska, and they're investigating a series of murders. Obviously, there's a serial killer there. Wolverine's hanging about somehow, and he still hasn't got all his memory back. Going back to the old school Wolverine, who will always forget.
Okay. Anytime you tell me he's got bone claws, that's it. I'm out. Like.
Yeah, no, I don't think he would have bone claws.
Okay, good. I'm glad.
But yeah, so obviously they probably think it's Wolverine. We might think it's Wolverine listening to it as well. But yeah, so it sounds like an intriguing story. So I might give that a listen. Yeah. I did actually listen to they've got like a trailer on there.
Yeah.
So yeah, have a listen to that and see what you think.
That's good. And that's Marvel.
Yeah, Marvel, officially Marvel.
Oh, that's good. I like how they're trying to be sneaky about it. It's like, okay, we can't put him on film, but we can definitely do him on audio.
Yeah, definitely. And it's exclusive to Stitcher as well. You can't really find it on anything else. Okay. Any other podcasts for now, anyway. But yeah, Richard Armitage. Richard Armitage is playing Wolverine. He's a British actor. What has he been in? What has he been in? He's been in The Hobbit. He was actually in Captain America as well as Heinz Kruger.
Heinz Kruger.
Yeah.
Oh, Kruger. I'm sorry. I just like the word Heinz. Reminds me of
beans.
Muscle ketchup.
Yeah.
Heinz. Yay. Okay, what we got next?
So yeah, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So basically what was going on with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was this was kind of supposed to be the last series because the ratings hasn't been really up there and the viewings hasn't really been up there. So basically what's happened is they haven't really confirmed it yet, but there's rumors that they've been greenlit for season 6. So yeah, hopefully that goes through. Sorry?
I haven't finished the last season. I'm on like episodes 3 or something like that.
So you're still on season 4?
Whatever the latest season is. Is it 4? I thought it was 5.
Well, yeah. This one season, you're in where they're in space, yeah. They're onto space. Yeah, this is season 5.
Yeah, I'm in that. Yeah, I'm in that. But because I was thinking like, well, obviously, because they've traveled into the future, so obviously they're gonna go back. But I was like, what more could they actually do? Because I was like, well, they've done the whole, someone in another dimension. They've done the whole magic thing. Now they've done the space thing, and now I'm like, well, where do you go from space? And because it seems to have a little bit of tie-in with what's going on in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Yeah. So I'm trying to think like, well, what is it? Are they just gonna like Black Pantherize it? Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. in Africa or something?
I think what they've tried to do is because of all this secrecy with Infinity War and all of that, and the Black Panther coming out, I think there's no real reason for them to actually do anything that's current. So like before with season 1, they had the continuation from Avengers, I think season, and then they had a continuation from Thor, The Dark World, and what was the other one? Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
So I think with this one, they don't really have anything to continue from. So they kind of did their own story, went their own way, which I'm not really that much of a fan of. I don't mind the space stuff, being in space, but it's just the future space thing. I wasn't too.
Yeah, that's what I'm on, because I'm like, this seems a bit like literally it means that there's no one there or whatever. Everyone's going to be from the future.
Yeah.
And well, obviously, I don't know how far they go into exploring other worlds, but I just saw it as they're going to be stuck on this ship for the whole series.
Right.
Star Trek or something. You know what I'm saying?
So
they take the odd trip off the ship. Like, I'm 3 episodes in, they ain't left the ship.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, it's gotten better. It has gotten better. It's a slow burner, I think, but it has gotten better, and it does change a bit. So it's gotten a bit more interesting right now. I can't really say much without spoiling it for you, Josh, but
yeah,
it has gotten a lot better.
Have you seen any Easter egg in there at the moment, or no?
Not really. I can't think of any. Not really much Easter eggs. There's a lot of Kree going on in there. Some Inhumans, but yeah, nothing I can remember. No real great Easter eggs anyway.
Okay, one to watch. If you're watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., let us know what you think about it. What is that? No,
I think it's pretty good. I think definitely one of the best ones out there at the moment. So with going from that, Stan Lee's made a public appearance. He was at the Silicon Valley Comic-Con last weekend.
Oh, how was he?
He didn't look that good. To be fair, he really didn't look that good. There's pictures of fans taking pictures with him, some videos of him signing stuff. There's rumors that he couldn't remember how to spell his name. He says he's partially blind. He really knows.
That's bad, because he's got some simple name.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Oh no, bless. Excelsior. Oh, I'm gonna cry when he goes. I'm not even gonna lie. I know the geek. I swear, you know what's gonna happen. Not touching wood, but you know what I mean. Just like when he goes, you know that every Comic-Con they're gonna do like a moment of silence for Stan Lee, like, and just have geeks everywhere, just with lanterns and shit like that. Beautiful, but it's just gonna be.
Let's not think about that, man. Let's not think about it.
I'm sorry. We're here to talk about the great geekiness that makes us happy. So yes, but we're going.
I mean, it is. There's a lot of bad news circling around here, man. There was that money that went missing, 850,000. Apparently, TMZ reported that some guy called Alvarez says that Stan Lee gave him permission to buy the house because he had gotten death threats and wanting to live in a secure building.
Really?
Where he thought he would be safe. And yeah, I don't know. That just sounds dodgy to me.
Yeah.
Another one where his blood was stolen.
I heard about that.
Some
this just all sounds like
a
comic book. Like, this just all sounds way too nerdish.
Yeah.
What was it? They substituted a signature for his blood as a signature.
Yeah. They used his blood in an ink pen or something like that, and was signing stuff with. It's just madness, man. It's just madness. And there's another thing about his daughter as well, who's probably abusing him. Well, they say she's abusing him. It's just really sad stuff, man. Really sad.
We're rooting for you, Stan. It's gonna be all
right. Yeah.
Okay, guys. We'll keep you posted on the Stan Lee-ness. But what is next?
Moving on to the DC stuff. Flash. The Flash movie that is supposed to happen.
Flashpoint, not Flashpoint.
Yeah. More like not Flashpoint.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh.
So yeah, it's gone through 3 directors, multiple writers, and now it's just shifting titles as well. So yeah, I don't think anyone knows what's going on with that. No one knows what's going on.
Do you want a Flash movie? Is this no? Yeah.
Yeah, I think we want a Flash. Do you want a Flash movie?
Yeah, I want a Flash movie. I don't feel like in Justice League he didn't do shit. Like, I mean, he was funny in that, but there wasn't like too many like, oh shit, sick Flash moments or whatever. Do you know what I'm saying? And because it's clear that in Justice League he's literally just started. He's never done this hero. That was one thing that I liked in like when he was like, that I don't know what to do, and Batman was just like, just save one person or whatever. Yeah. And it was just like, oh yeah, I've done it, or like just showed his kind of learning thing. Yeah, and I like that. And I would like to see this character be developed, but not like literally it's just happened after Justice League. Like he's been doing it for a while now. Yeah. I don't need to see the learning curve. I've known where he started. Now I want to see him as the Flash, not as I'm a guy that's fast or whatever.
Yeah, I think, but they're gonna still have to kind of not introduce his character, but he still has to go through that growing pains kind of thing as well, won't he? Yeah, it's not gonna be like he's like season 4 or season 3 Flash. He's still gonna be season 1 Flash. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I don't mind him being season 1, but I don't want to literally start at the beginning. I'm sick of everything starting from the beginning. I've had enough. I don't want to see no origin stories. I don't want to see no bloody just start innit? I'm tired. Yeah. Like if every single film is an origin story, I'm just getting worn out on origin stories. Like I've seen 50 million Batman origin stories in so many different things. Batman's my favorite, but it's saturated the shit out of it. Spider-Man, so many origin stories. Bloody, like what's this on the 3rd one? 3 sets of films, 3 sets of origins. But yeah, but do you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah. It's a bit too
tiring. Like, I've already had it. I've had Wonder Woman. I've had bloody Wolverine. I've had everyone. I'm tired of these origins. So just tell me the stories, and then if you want to tell origin, do a prequel or do a animated short or do a Netflix series or do a side comic book where I can go and read it. Like everyone knows the basic origins of every superhero. You don't need to give me a bloody 3-hour film to watch it.
Thank you.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Rant over.
No, that's true though. As long as he's doing his stuff, man. He's not like, I don't know. Like I said, as long as he's like season 2, season 3 Flash.
Yeah.
That would be alright for me, man. So yeah. But what are they gonna do? It's not gonna be Flashpoint, that's for sure. So it's gonna be a weird one. And they need to decide what they want to actually film. So
yeah, because well, you said, didn't you say like I didn't say they're not adapting Flashpoint? I just said it's not called Flashpoint or some shit like that.
Yeah.
But you even say that because there's loads of Flash stories. But when you think about it, like especially if you look at how they've treated the Flash as a character, despite the fact that there's bare different versions of the Flash, like you know, Barry Allen, Wally West, whatever. You got the Kid Flash and and in other mediums, including the Flash TV series, Justice League, and all this. They've taken Wally's stories and given them to Barry and vice versa and all this stuff. Like in the Justice League animated series, he was called Wally West, but he's still done Barry Allen stuff. And in the series, he's Barry Allen, but he's doing Wally West stuff that Wally West does now as the Flash. So there's no guessing what they could do anything in the film. Like, so yeah.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see. What's this? Guess who's back?
Back again.
Had some technical difficulties. We blaming the rain. Okay, there we go.
Sorry about that, guys.
It's cool, fam.
It's cool. It happens, mate. It happens.
It's all good in the hood.
Did you guys carry on?
We were just talking about the Flashpoint not being the point of the Flash, and that we're tired of origin stories, and that they kind of want the Flash to be from season 2 to 3, and they want a Flash film. Do you want a Flash film?
Not with Ezra Miller.
Really?
I'm not feeling him. I watched the movie and I tried to like him. I went in with an open mind. I even chuckled at him a couple times. And once that movie had marinated, like I left and I marinated, I sat in the fridge with the seasoning. I was like, nah, there's only salt in this. There's no paprika. There's no cumin.
Raw, boy.
Oh dear. Okay. Well, not as
and also, but I was gonna say before the podcast regarding the movie that I feel like Flashpoint was perfect to kind of they could have used that to kind of to reset everything. It would have been perfect.
Yeah.
And I was like, the only other thing he can do now is Rebirth, but it's too early in his career for them to do Rebirth. I don't mean DC Rebirth, I mean Flash Rebirth, where and that would even make sense because Wally West was the Flash at that point at that time, and that was when Barry Allen came back. So
I was literally just saying like how they just use all of their stories interchangeably in other media. So like Wally West stories for Barry and Barry for Wally in the TV shows and the cartoons. So it's hard to guess what it is. Right, next.
Well, the guy, basically the screenwriter is Dan Mazu. He's the screenwriter for Ready Player One. He was basically saying that he didn't say they're not adapting the Flashpoint. It just won't be called Flashpoint. So yeah, I mean, whether it has or won't have Flashpoint elements in it, I don't know. I just think they should just sort themselves out.
It's like I want to see Aquaman. So I'm like,
I keep forgetting that stuff's out.
That's the thing. There's no hype around it. That's out this year. Where's the trailer? Even?
Where's the teaser? Where's the teaser? The last thing we got for Aquaman. The last thing we got for Aquaman was the poster, Save the Seven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it was sick of it.
Because whatever it said, because everyone was thinking it was like, oh, it's the Justice League, but it's not. They were like, oh, it's not for Justice League, it's for Save the Seven Kingdoms or Save the Seven Seas or whatever, or some shit like that. And it wasn't for Justice League, it was for Aquaman. So literally, that came out before we even got Justice League, before we even got Justice League trailer, before we even got Justice League teaser. That was like 2 years ago.
Like that probably missed the theaters. It's just like it's gonna be on like Netflix in a minute. I don't know.
I think Aquaman might be decent, but speaking of DC films, Batgirl or not Batgirl or whatever it is, because they keep going on again, off again, on again, off again, just like with everything else in these bloody DC movies.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
What is this Batgirl now? What is happening?
So Christina Hodgson will be writing a script for this. And she's also doing a script for Bumblebee, the Transformers movie. That no one's asking for.
Bumblebee.
Yeah, no one's
Bumblebee is getting a movie.
Yeah, Bumblebee's getting his own movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't know why. What are they even going to do in this?
He only spoke in the last movie, and I only watched it up until that point where he spoke, and then I switched off. And then I was like, oh, okay.
It doesn't matter. How can Bumblebee have his own film if they can't even make a Transformers film with Transformers in it? Like, and now they want to. Like, what does it mean? Does it mean Bumblebee's journeys while he drives Shia LaBeouf around, like he comes back or some shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is Bumblebee? What is Bumblebee gonna do? Like, what is Bumblebee gonna do that doesn't involve any other Transformers or? And it's based on Earth. It doesn't make any sense unless he's going back to Cybertron or it's a story about him on Cybertron. But then that doesn't even work because, as we've seen in the film, they don't look like vehicles on Cybertron. They take the form of the vehicles when they get to Earth. So he'll just be looking like everyone else. He won't be Bumblebee. He'll be some grey ass whatever with a whole bunch of grey ass robots. Stupid Bumblebee. Back to Batgirl.
Yeah.
I think
Ridiculous.
Trying to do the whole MCU thing. Cash in on the.
What did you say, Kieran? So I didn't hear you.
You're breaking up.
Am I?
Okay, now you're not. You're fine. Go ahead.
I think that they're just trying to cash in on this whole shit.
Yeah, you're breaking up again.
You're doing the perfect Transformer.
Yeah, Bumblebee's taking over.
I know, right? It sounds exactly like him. I think what he's trying to say is they're trying to cash in on the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe thing and have bare films outside of Transformers. They can go, look, it's another film, the Transformers franchise. Let's make some money off it. Transformers films get panned by critics, but they keep making that money.
Yeah, they just that's the thing. That's the problem. They're just gonna keep trying making money off something that nobody wants to really see anyway. So
no. Okay, yes.
So
what have we talked about that girl?
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's it really. I think there's no set release date for it, so we'll see what happens. Speaking of no set release date,
I believe it when.
What's that? So speaking of no set release dates, Why the Last Man has got a pilot order, so hopefully we'll get a release date for that.
It's such a good comic. It's amazing. If you haven't read it, make sure you read it. Don't know why I'm doing this accent for some reason, but slight synopsis in less than a moment. So it's about this guy called Uric and his monkey.
What's his monkey's name?
Okay. Ampersand. The ampersand. It's like one of a comma or apostrophe ampersand. I don't know. Yeah, he's got some stupid name. Anyway, but
his monkey should have been called Marcel.
Well, but and basically them two are in his flat, and then a plague hits, and all the men on planet Earth, including the male animals, the male bugs, all the men die, apart from Uric and his monkey Ampersand. And then it's just him on his adventure pretending to be a woman. It's hilarious. So it's really funny. It's really, really funny. And it's just funny. And he's just like, you'd think that a guy would be slightly happy that he's the last man, but you kind of find out that he's like, I've got a lot of stress going on here. There's women who want me, and there's women who want to kill me, and it's a lot of good stuff. And like how obviously women have divided themselves and tried to create an infrastructure as well is really interesting. And yeah, it's fun. It's fun. So seeing this now, it's TV show. It's going to be exciting. Me and Choco Cat are happy. Okay.
All right. Yeah, no, I've got a book, but I haven't actually. I think I just read issue 1, so I do need to catch up on that. I really do.
They are kind of chunky, so go through them. It's kind of a leisurely comic. It's one of those ones where you can bang them out if you want to, but like it's kind of like a leisurely one. You go put it down, like because there's a lot of interweaving stories in this one story, and like because of characters as well. So it's just nice to digest it slowly rather than rushing into Why the Last Man. But it's fun. It is very fun. It is good.
It's by Brian K. Vaughan, right? And Peter Guerra.
Yes.
Nice.
From Vertigo. I know I like Image a lot, but these are Vertigo people. Well done, Vertigo. There we go.
Nice.
What's this?
All right, so keeping on with some good news. Inhuman star Anson Mount has been cast as Captain Pike for season 2 of Star Trek Discovery.
Ooh.
So we've got our Captain Pike now.
Inhumans, isn't it?
Yeah, he was playing
Black Bolt.
Black Bolt, that's it. I was thinking of Maximus. Why was I going to say Maximus? Black Bolt. So yeah, I think he's a pretty good actor. I do like him.
Yeah.
I don't think
not in Inhuman.
I don't think Black Bolt really suited him that much. But yeah, we'll see how he is as playing as Captain Pike.
Ooh. Should be fun. Discovery needs to hurry up and come back. So
yeah.
I don't know if I finished it. Did I No, I can't have.
You still haven't finished it?
It's been busy times, man. I have a sofa next to me and it's sideways. I'll sort my shit out. I'm literally behind on everything.
Okay. Plenty of time to perch Star Trek and watch it.
There's no time. Like literally, in the last week or 2 weeks, I think I've watched one show, and that was Arrow, and that's it. And only one episode.
Audio, yeah.
I'm behind on everything. Star Trek, Black Lightning, Flash, Legends of Tomorrow.
Arrow's been good, actually. Arrow has been good.
Arrow's been good, man. This season of Arrow's been good season, man. It's a good season. It's better than the season of the Flash. And Black Lightning, I don't know why everyone was so hyped on it. Like white people think it's God's gift. It's a cat.
Are you not hyped on it no more?
No, I'm not like hyped. Like I wanted to see where it was gonna go. I do think the last episode I watched, I think I sent this in our WhatsApp chat or whatever, and I was like, that was the best episode. I was like, if it goes from here and it keeps going, like, yeah, because innit? Cat.
Don't show everyone your butt. Mooning everyone.
But yeah, Black Lightning. I just need to I need to catch up. I think I was on like episode 7 or 8 or something like that.
Yeah.
But it was getting better. It was getting better. It was actually like I watched the episode and I was like, yeah, this is, if it moves on from here, I'll be happy with that. But everything else, I'm behind on it. Everything else.
Maybe I'm not.
Even
maybe I'm not on the same episode as you as Black Lightning, because I was like, so maybe I just need to keep watching it. Because I was just like,
well, if you haven't watched 7 episodes, then yes, you are nowhere near.
okay.
Like if you watch 1 or 2.
No, I've watched quite a few, but the last thing I saw was the younger sister and her issues with the phone. That's the last thing I saw.
Of Arrow?
Was like, what?
I'm trying to think what episode that. I'm trying to think if I watched the one after that.
Yeah.
I think I might have watched the one after that.
Okay, probably. It's probably started after that. Okay.
Did you see the one where literally everyone beefed?
No. Need to see that one.
It might be the next one then. It might be the next one.
Cool. All right.
But I tell you, because his sideman story is what was the only thing that was like I was interested in story wise. Like I didn't really care of Black Lightning's thing. I was like, what is his thing? How is he involved with the bad guys? What is it that happened? And then it all started coming out or whatever. And then it came out, and I was like, yes, okay, now we're getting somewhere. We should have done this like 3 episodes ago or something. Like, I was like, yeah, this is more interesting. So that's the thing.
Well, for the viewers, I will watch. So yeah, okay.
Yeah. All right. So yes.
What's next?
Some reviews now. I think we've got some heroes over there. Some Hero Academia.
Yeah, My Hero Academia. Season 3 has started. I'm sorry, I have not watched episode 1, season 3. I'm watching it tonight. But if you haven't watched My Hero Academia, it is so funny. It's like, what can I? It kind of reminds me of Soul Eater. If you haven't watched Soul Eater, watch Soul Eater. It's fucking hilarious. But like basically, you know, as most anime start, it's a kid in school. Like he's very withdrawn, smart, and in this one, like everybody on the planet has 80% or 90% of people have something called quirks. Yes, and he can't wait until he gets his quirk, like when he gets older, and then unfortunately he finds out that
he's a quirkless wonder.
He's a quirkless wonder, people. But as the story progresses, you find that he becomes the greatest superhero in the world. I don't know why I'm so animated today, but like, but yeah. So it just shows him during his trials and tribulations of how to navigate being a young person, going through school, having a bully, being jealous about people having quirks. But then he has his own way of becoming like a superhero, where he's written down everybody's quirks and how they best work and and the fight scenes are really, 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 really good. And they're nice and colourfully violent, which is the best way to describe it. So no, it's good. If you haven't had a chance to watch it, watch it. It is on season 3 now, and it should be yummy. There's a lot of bad guy villains in there. I can't remember his name. The one that disintegrates everybody. I like him. He has a hand on his face. He's great.
How many episodes in a season?
First season is, I think, about 12, 15 episodes. Not a lot.
Are you sure? Because I watched a lot of episodes of that for season 1 and 2. It felt like a lot.
Did you? Season 2, I watched 24, 25 episodes.
Yeah, okay, that might explain it.
Yeah, but season 1 isn't that long. Season 2, roughly about 24, 25. And then obviously, I don't know how season 3 is going to pan out. But they're really good. They're only like 23 minutes. So they're really good. Go on, Kay, sorry.
I was going to say, if you liked Naruto season 1, where they're just kind of in school and they're doing the tuning exam stuff, but say Naruto just carried on with exams instead of going off to fight wars, that's what My Hero Academia is. It's like the fun side of it.
Right.
It's worth a watch. It's really, really good. It's way better than what Naruto was as well. I don't know what you were thinking, Naruto.
Sometimes they fall off.
My Hero Academia got me back into anime because I took a long hiatus, and that just got me excited for anime.
No, you have to watch things like Soul Eater and Psycho Mob 100. It's just the funniest.
I'm watching Psycho Mob 100 now. Actually, I'm on episode 4, episode 3 or 4. Psycho Mob, pretty dope.
It's so funny. It is dope.
Yeah, he's got that.
Yeah.
The guy who created it, the One Punch Man guy, he clearly has like a certain way he likes his characters to look, because he looks just like Saitama.
Yeah, he really does.
He doesn't emote.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Speaking of One Punch, they changed the guy, the studio who's going to animate season 2. So I don't think people are happy with that. So I don't think it's going to be as crisp as the first season, unfortunately.
Didn't we say that in like issue number 1?
Did, but I'm just reminding people, just in case they forgot. So we don't know when One Punch is coming out. It's supposed to be August, but who knows? Yeah,
nobody knows for sure, really.
Nobody knows for sure. But yeah, that's My Hero Academia. Go watch, enjoy. Say yes.
What's happening with Jessica Jones, Karen?
Yeah.
Right, so I've binged Jessica Jones issues 17 and 18, and 17 was the penultimate. You guys can hear me, right?
Yeah.
17 was the penultimate one, which was the better issue, and it was just her final confrontation with Kilgrave, the Purple Man. Ooh. And basically at the end of issue 16, I'm going somewhere with this. He asks her. Yes. I'm literally spoiling this comic. I don't give
spoiler alert.
I need to talk about it. So if you haven't watched it, skip about 3 minutes. Sorry, if you haven't read it, skip about 3 minutes, and I should be done. But I'll try and be brief.
There you go.
At the end of issue 16, he asks her something like, "What can I do to be better? What can I do to make it up to you?" And then in this comic, in issue 17, she's literally thinking of all the things that she could have him do, like curing world hunger. Just stopping wars, making the world a better place. But then she stops and thinks to herself, if I do that, then I'm no better than no, I won't do it. And he's going back and forth, but I can do this, I can do something, just tell me what it is you want me to do. She's saying no. And they go back and forth for a bit. It was quite a wordy comic, but it was quite emotional. And he says, look, I can do this. And then she says no, and then he says, but what if I'm a god? And then she's like, okay, no, you have to go. I need you to go out of my life forever and just not come back. And I actually had to read this twice to kind of get what she meant. You know, when you read something, you don't emote it in your head.
Yeah.
So I went back and I read back and I read it and I emoted. And then I got what she meant. And he's like, are you sure? She's like, I need you to leave out of my life and never come back again. And then he's like, after they go back and forth with that, he's like, I understand. Then Carol Danvers swoops in, starts choking the guy. She was going to kill him, but then she doesn't. And then he's like, oh, she was going to take the hit for you. She was really going to kill me. And then he basically, fixes himself up, walks out of Alias Investigations, and dies, like he kills himself. I don't know how he did
Kills
it.
himself.
It was something else. It was such a good read.
Da, da, da.
Yeah, but if you were reading what she was going through with this guy, obviously, if you read the Alias comics back in the day, you know Jessica Jones' history.
Yeah.
If you watch the TV show, you have an understanding. But he obviously came back. This whole stuff with Secret Empire and Shield was shut down. Some of the prisoners that were held prisoner in Shield went astray, and he was one of them. And obviously, he came back to kind of mess with her life. He did one creepy thing where he Jessica Jones and Luke Cage's baby wasn't talking, so Jessica's like, "Come on, baby, why aren't you talking? You haven't spoken for weeks." And then she starts talking with like, you know, a British accent, like, how they would write a British accent. And
you are, mate.
Yeah.
Hello, Mum. How you doing, Mum?
Kilgrave
Can I have some milk, please?
Kilgrave had basically taken over Danny Cage, and it was really creepy. I remember reading that thinking, this is creepy. Even the look on her face was just messed up. But he's done now. For Jessica Jones, he killed himself.
So he's done. Jessica Jones is probably done because Bendis is done.
The thing is, so I read man, I was gonna put this on my Instagram, but you've ruined it now.
Basically, we do exclusives here.
Basically, Jessica Jones isn't done. He's leaving. But on the final page of issue 18, it says Jessica Jones will be back in the fall of 2018. So for the Jessica Jones fans, there will be more, but it won't be by the writer. I don't think. So it'll be quite interesting to read what she'll be like under someone else. Because I think for her entire run, like I said, I've got some other comics, graphic novels like Jessica Jones, Avenger, and The Pulse, and whatever. Brian Michael Bendis has written her. No one else has touched her.
Right.
Different artists have drawn her, but he's been the only writer. So it'll be interesting to see
where that goes.
Yeah, but it was a dope issue. I totally recommend you getting this catalog of Jessica Jones because it was really, really good. It was one of the better things me personally Marvel was doing because it literally kept me reading comics.
Yeah.
So cop that.
All right.
Cool beans. What's next?
So we're gonna quickly go through last week's issue of Doomsday Clock, issue 4.
Oh my days.
Oh
my days. I didn't read it.
You what?
You know I read it. You saw my Instagram.
Oh, I was gonna say. I was like, what? We was gonna speak about it last week, but
yeah, I read it. That was pretty dope issue as well. And
it was a sick issue. Really good issue.
I like finding out who Rorschach was. No,
yeah, we spoiling? Yeah.
You may spoil. I'm literally reading it right now. I'm literally reading it right now. I need to be part of the conversation, fam.
Yeah.
It was nice finding out who
Rorschach was.
The new Rorschach is.
Yeah.
And I remember when I found out, I was like, oh God, I hated his dad. He was such a...
But then when you read it from his point of view, I think that you kind of get what, his dad was pretty happy that he was doing it and trying to help him out. Because from reading this, because I can't remember the ins and outs of the old comic. And how his dad really was towards Rorschach, but reading this, it felt like he was, he needed this job, and he was trying to work as hard as he can to try and understand Rorschach. And really and truly, for me, I feel that he understood Rorschach the most out of anyone else. Really,
the thing is, because I was reading it, actually read it recently.
Yeah,
that chapter, and he feels like. I forgot his dad's name, but let's call him Doctor. Basically, he's going home to his wife saying, because you remember in a bit in issue 5 of Doom or whatever issue of Doomsday Clock where he's talking to his mum, and she's like, yeah, he's even making friends with him.
Yeah,
and I remember he went back to his wife in Watchmen and said that, but Rorschach couldn't stand him. The relationship. I need to get the book. The book is right there. I should grab it. He couldn't stand him.
Yeah.
And he was so. I need to get the book. You know,
Get the book, man.
Get the book. Get the book. Yeah, no, it was. Yeah, no, I really enjoyed this issue. It was. It answered a lot of questions.
Sorry, man.
Yeah.
I need the props. I need the props to get into this.
Okay.
Right.
Do this.
So he was talking to Rorschach.
Yeah.
And this guy sees the world a certain way, and he feels like he can help Rorschach. And then Rorschach basically tells him that the world is crap and that he's full of crap.
Yeah.
And the world is crap. And then I can't remember this because it's been a while, but basically once something happens to this guy, and then he realizes that Rorschach was right.
Yeah.
Things are just crap. So it's not. So the way they
word of the day.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's because I'm not articulating very well because
you're articulating just fine. If it's crap,
here
crap.
he is.
It's fine. It's a great word.
Here he is. 1 second. So it's like this. It's just he didn't have the best relationship with Rorschach as the mom and what's the guy's name?
You got the book.
New Rorschach.
Oh, I forgot his name.
Josh.
Okay, well basically
his name is New Rorschach.
New Rorschach's dad didn't have the best relationship with Rorschach. Yeah, with the old Rorschach as it's made to be.
Yeah.
And he was reading Doomsday Clock. His dad died. Wasn't what he thought it was.
Yeah.
So it's like this new Rorschach. Him being Rorschach is almost based on a fantasy or a fallacy or a lie. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? So if I could remember exactly what I said, I could explain it better. But still, it was really, really good. It was a really good issue for me. Anyway.
So the way that he kind of survived the apocalypse per se was that he was pretty much right at the edge. So everyone pretty much in front of him was dead, really.
Oh.
So that's kind of what was eating away at it. That's why he's gone kind of crazy. And the way that he was treated in the hospital. My favorite bit actually was when he's escaped. And then he's running upstairs and he gets to the roof and he sees that guy. Do you remember his name? Kieran.
Sorry?
Do you remember that guy's name? The guy who's on the roof and he was saying, I'm gonna go. Mothman. Yeah. Was that who he was?
His real name, it's Mothman. He's Mothman from the Minutemen.
Oh, really?
And what I thought was cool is New Rorschach learned how to fight like the Minutemen. He trained him. I don't know if you noticed that panel where he was in the basement of the institution.
Yeah.
He was basically training him to be just like the Minutemen. He was Mothman.
Right.
Yeah.
Wasn't Mothman in he was in another episode, wasn't he? He was in an older, not Doomsday Clock, but a prequel to this. I think maybe even what was the one with Batman and the Flash?
Oh, the Button.
Yeah. I think he was in one of those. Because I know
that completely eluded me.
I know what's her name was. What's that lady? Jane Doe. Not Jane Doe, but
she was called Jane Doe in Doomsday Clock, wasn't she?
Yeah, but her real name, she's actually from she's from the future, right? She's a DC character from the future. And basically, she's come back, and in the Button, she said she needed to speak to someone, or she needed to speak to Superman or someone.
I can't remember.
Oh man, I can't remember her name.
It's Wednesday. It's okay. Half of the week is gone. We've exerted a lot of energy. It's gonna be alright. But overall, Doomsday. What are we saying?
Yeah, it was a good comic. It was a really good comic. It kind of told you the backstory of what's going on, and about the new Rorschach and his backstory, and how he's got to where he is, and how he got from sane to being insane, and how he wanted to kill Kovac.
Yeah. Healing his
not Kovac, sorry. Ozymandias. But then decided to actually work with him. So yeah, it was pretty good. It was really good. Worth the
So
wait.
go pick up Doomsday, people. Go pick up Doomsday.
Wait. Going back to the Watchmen. The reason it was when Rorschach told his dad about the story of when of the little girl being kidnapped.
Yeah,
remember that in the film or in the comic? Yeah. That when he told him that story, that's when the doctor realized that the world was crap.
Yeah,
he went home to have dinner with his wife and like a couple friend, and then the wife was already distant at the fact that he was. Yeah, the wife was already distant that he was talking so much about Rorschach, and then he gets brought up at the dinner table. And he's like, yeah, he was telling me about how this girl got kidnapped and he murdered them.
Yeah.
So then the dinner ends, and then that's when you see him on the bed looking at an ink blocks that a Rorschach test, and he says he tried to look at it and see, like, you know, happiness and bunnies and whatever, but all he could see was loneliness and darkness. Yeah. And that's when he realizes that Rorschach is right. The world is crap. Boom.
Yeah.
Got it.
Boom. We got there in the end. We did.
Yeah.
And the
Jane
Doe girl was Saturn girl from the Legion of Superheroes.
From the Legion of Superheroes. How could I forget that? I remember being so excited when I saw that. I can't believe I forgot that.
Because she was in it as well. Yeah. She's been in previous issues as well. Because he that guy from the Minutemen, I forgot his name again. Sorry.
Call him Mothman.
Mothman. He was in another issue. I can't remember which one it was. It might not have even been the Button, but he was in another issue. But yeah, it's good callbacks. Really good callbacks.
Yeah, it's really good that they're doing that. We probably didn't explain this issue the best as we could, but guarantee Doomsday could read. All you need to know is the history of the Watchmen, and you're fine. You know, just go out and read it. It's such a great story. It was that, to me, the three best comics going out at the moment were Doomsday Clock, Dark Knight's Metal, and Batman, White Knight.
White Knight, yeah. Woohoo! Yeah, I just finished reading that issue today as well, actually.
White Knight.
Have to go back. That was the last one with last week's one.
Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, what's
next?
So, a new comic I read this week was called Analog. It's pretty good, actually. It's an Image comic by Mark Duggan
spreading out
and Gillian O'Sullivan, I think it was.
Okay. Synopsis.
The synopsis is it's a few years in the future. I think it's 2022. And basically what's happening is pretty much what's going on right now with all this Facebook stuff and people's details. Basically a group of people, a guy released everyone's information, so everyone knows everything about everyone. All their search sites, their history, pretty much everything. He used to work for the NSA, but no one actually knows that he pretty much did it. But basically, the world is now in a place where everything's open.
Okay.
So he's now got a job. He's kind of like a freelancer, and he does jobs where he's a delivery guy. So it's a bit like Jason Statham in that one of those films. I forgot what it was called. And he just does. I think it's Driver, something like that. And he's the transporter. That's it. And he's basically delivers packages and stuff that is in his business. So it kind of starts off. He's sitting on a bench and he's blooded up, and there's three guys surrounding him, just saying, "Oh, give us the case. You know, you're dead. You're pretty much dead now. And he's
See, this is how Wick should have started. Just saying. Carry on.
Yeah, it should have started like that. It should have started like that. But I shall improve. But yeah, he basically says that, no, you know, I've picked the perfect spot. You know, my sniper can see everything, and there's no point you guys drawing your guns, because by the time I shoot one of you, the other one's going to be dead by the sniper, and then, you know, it's your luck for the last person. You know, you're basically going to die. So he does his job. He delivers the package, and the lady who comes to pick it up, she's like, "Do you not want to know what's in there?" And he's like, "Nah, it's none of my business. I've just come to do my job." So there's a lot of monologuing going on where he's just talking to you, trying to tell you what's been happening in the world. And so yeah, it's just about him. He's been contacted by someone like Steve Jobs, or someone who's really who's a bit like Steve Jobs, where it's kind of the richest guy in the world, and he wants to bring the technology aspect back. He really hates the guy. He kind of wants to just kill him, but he's just letting him talk and see what his plans are. So he kind of accepts the job, but reluctantly accepts it. But yeah, I mean, it's really good. It's really interesting, because it's not a superhero comic. It's not no superhumans or anything like that. It's just kind of, and it's kind of set in, it's set in like a couple years from now, really.
Cool.
Yeah, it's got comedy, action, and yeah, it's something new, really. So I thought, yeah, let me pick this up and see how it is. Yeah, it's got that kind of Bond kind of secret kind of espionage going on. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I'll definitely recommend that.
Yay!
So yeah, that's it.
What's that?
So that's the comic reviews. The comic pull list for this week. Some comics to pick up today, if you can. If there's any comic shop that's open right now, but I really much doubt it. But if you can pick up your comics, or if you might have picked it up already, we've got Mad. I don't know if you guys remember Mad magazine. You guys remember that
magazine? Simpsons told me about that, and I remember buying
Mad magazine. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's back with their issue 1.
Oh, okay.
They've come. The last time they had their issue was when was it? I can't remember when it was actually. When it stopped circulating. But they last
1990 something. Are you?
It's been a while. It has been a while since they've stopped.
In the 2000s. I didn't even realize it wasn't on the shelves.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of those ones. But they stopped at issue 550.
Ooh, okay.
What's that?
Okay, damn.
What did you say, Nisha?
I said, did you lot ever read Bazaar magazine? Or no?
No.
I don't even know which that is. Was that some sort of knockoff of Mad?
No, it was just it was an out there magazine. I just wanted to throw that name out there just in case anybody might want to do it.
Yeah.
Yay! Okay, let's
so Mad magazine, that's out. They decided to go to they stopped at issue 550, but they decided to re-release issue number 1, because basically there's a satire humor magazine. So because all the Marvels and DCs, they keep renumbering their comics going back to number 1s, they thought they'll do that. So
very fun.
We've got Detective Comics issue 978. Are you behind?
Well, because I'm reading the graphic novels of Batman and then Detective Comics, so I can only read so many graphic novels at a time.
Yeah. So yeah, Batman Eternal Part 3. I think this is a story of Batwoman. When Dick Grayson came back from the future, he said that she was.
Dick Grayson.
Was it not Tim Drake? Sorry.
Tim Drake.
Yeah.
I think she kills. I was reading Batwoman, and there was an issue where I was reading Batwoman, and there was an issue where it showed like her in the future with Jason Todd. Not Jason Todd. Yeah, Jason Todd. They were older, and they said that they had to take on Batman. And then you're like, why are you fighting Batman? And you find out Batman is Tim Drake. I was like, oh damn.
Yeah.
Catch up on that. And it's like, read the rest of this in Detective Comics or whatever. I'm like, oh, I'm not there yet. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool though.
So yeah, she's got her entire army at her command now. So we'll see how she's going to use it.
Yeah.
Next one is Flash issue 44, Perfect Storm Part 6.
Yeah.
You been keeping up with the Flash?
Yeah, definitely. It's a pretty good story. Wally West has taken center point, but then Barry wouldn't let see in this little arc actually to Wally. I have to say. Not happy, Barry. Not happy.
Then we got Wonder Woman issue 44, Amazon's Attack Part 4. This one, when they last met, Wonder Woman was robbed of a chance to meet Darkseid in single combat.
Darkseid.
Yes, same thing.
No, it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing.
I hate when people say Darkseid. It's not seed.
Oh my god, it angers the blood, the nerve.
Okay.
What?
Yeah.
All right, Rick. No. Wait, no. Let's do this. How would you feel if someone was talking comics with you, and someone in a Fantastic Four and Professor Doom?
Mate. Anyway.
Exactly.
Darkseid, then. Yeah, Darkseid.
Yes, Darkseid.
All right. Anyways.
That was funny.
Anyway, so she can go head to head with him now, and she can face him at full power. So let's see what happens there. IDW.
Rock him up.
Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles issue 81.
Not like Hero Turtles, what Ninja Turtles? Like it.
Wait, what's it called?
Like it.
Yeah, I was tested to see if you guys were listening. Ninja Turtles.
Remember when they did that? They changed the song and Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles. I was like, no.
That was only over here though.
I know.
It was like it's too violent.
Ninja was a bad word.
Yeah.
Ninja
and they
was
took
such
out
a
Michelangelo's nunchucks
and gave him that weird grappling hook.
Yeah, that was rubbish.
Stupid.
Embarrassing, UK. Embarrassing.
So yes, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Kingdom of the Rats Part 1. New York City is in ruins after the Tesseraction invasion. Various groups jockeys for control in the power vacuum, but there is one who doesn't care about power, only chaos, the Rat King. Will the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles be able to stop doing the unspeakable?
I've only read like the origin stuff of this run of the Turtles, and it is damn good. Like from what I've read, damn good. So this is probably a good story. Go check it out.
Okay.
You know, get it.
We got Captain America issue 700. I haven't been keeping up with Captain America. Apparently he's frozen in time and awakened.
Again?
Yeah, again. He's awakening in the decimated future.
Water, man. I ain't got time for that.
Okay.
So
Marvel, you're just really reaching. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, Marvel, man.
Yeah, go. So he's frozen.
Whatever.
Yeah, he woke up. Go ahead.
Yeah, so he's woken up in another era. Again, he's a man at a time. He's trying to restore and rebuild the civilization. And that's to rule as King Captain America. No dream, no hoax, no lie. This is Cap, and this is happening, believe it or not. So this is
there's no way.
Yeah, that's happening. Domino issue 1. Bad Luck and Trouble. This is a new Domino comic. I don't think she might have had a comic back in the 90s. But I think due to Deadpool 2 coming out and her being a pretty big character in this, they've decided to release her own comic. So that's one to look out for. Star Wars, Darth Vader issue 14. Darth Vader is really good comic, actually. I'm trying to keep up with that.
I knew we forgot to talk about something. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Han Solo trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Folks.
I haven't watched
well, I've got two. Let me do the two more, and then we'll go back to.
Go on.
So we got Thanos issue number 18. I don't know if you guys have been reading this, but this has been pretty epic.
Gonna get a graphic novel.
Yeah.
This is
Thanos. Of course, it's gonna be epic.
Yeah, this one is a really, really epic one. I mean, yeah, it's been great from the start to finish. I don't know if I can. Well, basically, he basically wins.
Ahead,
it's based in the future. At last, he's won, and now he's head to head with himself and Death. It's just him and Death. So we'll see what happens. And it's it.
You sure Deadpool's not there?
No, everyone's gone, mate. Everyone's gone. And the way
Deadpool immortality.
The way that everyone goes as well. And the way that the last person who's the herald of Galactus. Yeah. You need to read it.
When is this graphic novel coming out?
Well,
now, yeah.
I think this is the last issue. I could be mistaken. There might be one more. So
right now,
the graphic novel should be out pretty soon, maybe in the next month or so. And then what's
the comic book called, like, as a whole?
It's just called Thanos.
Oh, that doesn't help.
It's by Donny Coates.
Donny Coates.
Yeah.
Jeff Lemire, Jim Starlin,
the old school one. He after he'd won everything. There was one where he was
a gardener.
But he was like, he was like chilled out. He was like, all right, cool. I've destroyed pretty much everything. I'm just gonna like zen out. And I was just like, oh, he's so sweet.
Yeah.
Do you know the graphic novel is actually going to be called Thanos Wins by Donny Coates?
Oh, is that what it's? Yeah, probably.
There's no image yet, but I'm pre-ordering it.
Yeah. Live. No, it's a really good read, man. Really, really good read. And the last one on the pull list is from Valiant Entertainment is Ninjax issue 6. I've not read any Valiant, so I'm not really too sure about these ones. I've been hearing that they're good.
I've not read any Ninjax. Valiant comics are pretty decent.
Yeah, this one's actually, sorry, I said Ninjax, but it's Ninja K.
Okay. Ninjax sounded much better. I feel like.
Ninja K.
There was one. There was one.
To start that.
Is that do you know the story between Ninja K and Ninjax? Because I think it's like an alphabet thing, right? Because you got Ninja J, Ninja K, Ninja K. So I heard. I'm not sure if you've been reading it, Josh, or not. No?
Josh?
No.
I don't know.
I think Josh is still reading his comic. Anyway. So yeah, this one's a new story arc. So if you want to jump on to Ninja K, then yeah, we can do that.
Okay.
You can do that.
Yeah.
All right, that's it. So we want to talk about Han Solo.
All right, I'm going to give you my opinion on it right now.
Go ahead.
Don't care.
Was that it?
No, that was it. Yeah.
Okay.
My thing is, I feel like it's more like a TV series than a movie or something. Like, I would like if this was on Netflix, I'd be like, oh, this is a cool thing to watch. But my thing is that I'm looking at everything and I'm like, I'm more thinking about everything else than Han Solo. If this film was not called Solo: A Star Wars Story, then I'll be like, Yeah, but because they put Han Solo's front cover, but I feel like I'm watching the trailer and I'm looking at Lando, I'm looking at Chewie, I'm looking at all these other people, and I'm not looking at Han Solo because I'm like, I'm like, I know he's not Harrison Ford, so I can put that to the back of my mind, but they haven't showed me like, you know, like sometimes they'll just put out a 2-minute clip or something like that or something, and then you can kind of catch a vibe for the character or something like that.
Yeah.
In all the little bits he says, they drop little one-liners, but there's one, he doesn't feel like Han Solo in those one-liners. Two, they haven't given him any, they haven't shown any of those bits. That's why I'm not believing him as Han Solo, and I feel like if he had those bits, they would show it. And three, his hair still pisses me off.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think I don't know. I think it's got potential. After watching the trailer, I think it's got a bit of potential. The only problem I feel is that everything is going to be mentioned. Like literally everything. We know it's probably going to be about the Kessel Run. We're going to see the life debt that Chewie owes him. We're going to see him probably get his guns and belts and stuff like that. It's kind of like the first of everything, and I think some of it is best left in your imagination.
Yeah.
I don't want to have too much of that. This is how he got the gun. This is how he got his jacket. This is how he got the boot. I told you I'm tired of origin stories. Just tell me a story that happened. I don't need to know everything.
Yeah.
Like,
especially with the Kessel Run
except
thing.
Lando. I want to know everything about Lando.
Lando's more. I think Lando's definitely a more interesting character.
And
the anticipation of, obviously, because we know that he shanks him over whatever, but it's just like, how did Lando get to where he is, and and especially like you were saying about like spoiling the whole or leaving things to imagination. Like the Kessel Run, the thing I loved about that specific thing about Han Solo is that you were obviously like, you heard about it, and then every time he was in the Millennium Falcon, it's like, oh, are we doing the Kessel Run today? Like, you know what I mean? Like, are we breaking the Kessel Run? You know what I mean? Like we did last time, no? Yes, no? Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
even with that whole story, it's like it's a story. Like a bit of it is like you don't know how much of it's true and how much he's just bigging himself up.
Yeah.
But now you will probably see it and be like, okay, this is what happened. Instead of going, did he do it? Didn't he do it?
Yeah.
So I mean, what I would like to see, hopefully, we'll see Boba Fett in there. Maybe we'll see the beef between them in that case. We'll more than likely see Jabba the Hutt as well.
I want Jabba the Hutt, a practical one, not a CGI.
Yeah, not a CGI one. I think they're doing that shit.
If Jabba's in it, I don't want it to be like 5 seconds and go, oh look, there's Jabba or something like. I want him to be like part of the story, like, you know, because obviously the Hutts were a big thing in the original ones, and even in the prequels they got shout outs. Like it was like the Hutts were a thing. Like now this is like the time of
Hotness.
That's what I heard. You kind of cut out at the wrong time. I think one thing I want to see definitely, like I said with Boba Fett, was because you never really got the conclusion of what was between him and Boba Fett. I mean, you heard Chewie say, and he's like, Boba Fett, and then he just knocks him. And you know, all right. So I want to. What's the cue between that? What's been going on? So that I wouldn't mind seeing that little bit of history there, but I would like that to be a bit more serious in a sense.
Yeah. They're gonna have time. One, like, obviously it's a Star Wars story, so the last Star Wars, everybody's happy. So we're already having this like, are you gonna deliver, or is this just another money-making film?
I wouldn't mind it if it had the seriousness of Rogue One.
Yeah.
Because
Rogue One was decent.
You know, I want to see.
What?
I want to see how he meets Princess Leia.
We saw that.
Yeah, we saw that
in the first one.
Oh wait. Oh, did we? Did we? Oh, really? We saw a young Han Solo meet Princess. Really? Okay. All right. All right.
Okay then.
I cannot wait till we have our rant like episode. It's going to be lit.
All right.
Yeah.
I think we should all go and see this, and we should have a special podcast on whether this was good or not.
Yes,
because
we
we
should.
clearly have our different views on this.
Pay money to see that movie. Not hard at money. But you know,
when's it coming out again?
When is the date? It's coming out next month, I think it is. May the 25th.
I know I won't be doing that day.
Go to see Han Solo. But 2 weeks. Yep. 2 weeks until Infinity War.
Yeah. I think they're showing a bit too much TV spots on that.
Okay. I have
don't watch TV, so I'm right.
You lot watching them, man.
Like
I've watched two trailers. I've watched the teaser and the trailer, and that's it. No. I haven't watched anything else. I've watched no TV spots. I've watched none of those character TV spots or anything. Like now, literally, I'm just gonna go back. I'm gonna watch everything, like including all the stuff that I've missed in between. Like, because there's bare films I watched. Like, you know how many times have I said no spoilers? I ain't watched this. I'm literally gonna go back, watch everything, and then culminate with Infinity War.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fun. And Legion's coming out next.
Yeah, Legion's. I've been watching the first episode actually. That's pretty bloody good, man.
Don't ask how he's been watching. Just know he's been watching. Okay. There we go. But yes, is it good?
Yeah, it's really good. It's really, really good. It's really good.
Okay.
It's just a continuation from last season's.
Okay.
It's basically a year later, but for him, it's the next day. So he's pretty much forgotten what's happened in the past year. But yeah, by the end of the episode, you'll be like, wow, this is it's definitely, yeah, I don't know. It's the best thing Fox has done.
Yeah.
X-Men universe, definitely. Even better for me, I think it's probably on par with, and possibly even a little bit better than Deadpool. To be honest, to be really honest with you.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, definally.
Yeah,
yeah,
you don't make.
No, definitely. It is.
I can't compare an hour and a half to 2 hours.
No, you can't. You can't. But
TV series.
No, you can't. But what I'm saying is the level of the storytelling and the level of just the world as well, just the kind of the X-Men, especially the psychic part of the X-Men when you're going into the astro plane, and it's definitely recommended. You should definitely. You're missing out if you're not watching it. Definitely.
If you love a good mind muncher, Legion is the show for you. Trust me, it's the show for you. Cool.
Get on that eventually. So behind it, I can't start another new show. It's just like from time ago when Rich was saying about Runaways or whatever, and then now I'm seeing the
Runaways. Yeah.
Well, I see.
Watch Legion. Watch Legion before Runaways, man. I think watch Legion before anything. Before you start, if you're gonna start something new, I think watch Legion, man. Because Legion is the first. It's only like 10 episodes or 8 episodes. The first season was, I think.
Yeah, it's really short. It's really short. Yeah.
It's really short, and it's just dope.
Might get onto that still.
How many episodes this season's going for?
Yay!
This one, I think it's for 13 episodes. I think it is. It's longer than the first season.
Cool. Good.
When I finish Jessica Jones and/or Punisher, then maybe I'll jump onto Legion.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yay!
Cool. So
that's it. That's the source wall, right? We've sourced some walls. We've scaled it. We knocked it down. We broke through. We did. We were doing things. Things were happening.
Yeah,
Things were happening.
very much so. Tune in next week, Wednesday, 7:30-ish. With us.
Yeah.
Ish.
The Saucer Wall. Thank you for joining us.
Sorry about the technical difficulties.
Yeah, you know, we're in London. It's raining every day.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yes, and rain breaks the internet.
It does.
Indeed.
Okay.
All right, peeps. Love
Peace
and
out,
peace.
everybody. Yeah.
Peace and chicken
Read
grease.
comics.
Read more comics.